Well, the Knicks and their fans definitely feeling a sense of relief Monday after their 20-point comeback in Game 3 against the Pacers. So instead of facing a sweep Tuesday in Game 4, New York now has a chance to get this series back to the Garden tied at 2. And for Jalen Brunson, Game 3 was just another example of his squad's resiliency.
Everything happens throughout a game where you have to respond, you have to react, you have to adjust. And so I think as a team, we got punched in the mouth early, and then we found a way to respond and stuff together. It can make and break teams when you're going through things like that. And I think obviously what we did last night definitely helps us. And we saw that we were on the brink of it looking pretty dark for us. And the way we responded, I think it brings us closer together.
Now, entering Game 3, the Knicks were plus 380 underdogs to win that series after going down 0-2 at home. But after Sunday night's big comeback, the odds makers at ESPN Bet Sportsbook now consider New York just plus 180 underdogs. Pacers, though, currently still a 2.5-point favorite to win that crucial Game 4.
And the series is now 2-1 as the road team has won in each of the first 3 games.
We just got to continue to keep playing our style of basketball, keep grinding it out.
That's sort of the mantra of the team. They're unselfish guys. When someone gets going, you try to continue to keep them going.
Blocked right, hits a slashing Towns to the rim, pounds a dunk in, and posterizes Nembhard.
It's a shout out to the locker room, you know, all of us finding a way.
Say go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go! Say go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go! Well, just like that, look who's back in the mix.
call here on ESPN Radio. Pacers up 2-1 after the Knicks come back from 20 down in Game 3 to win 106-100. And now we have a series, maybe? The NBA playoffs are on ESPN Radio. Catch conference finals action on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed. Do we?
He just side-eyed you so hard.
Well, I didn't see that. Do we have a series?
I don't see that.
Oh, you don't see that?
I don't see that. No, I don't see that.
Because?
Well, because the Indiana Pacers have lost Game 3 of every series this postseason. So I don't think it's novel what we've seen from them or from the New York Knicks and what happened on Sunday's game. I think that's more of an outlier, a team that relaxed knowing that they're firmly in control of the series, and a team that knows that they got Game 4 in the bag at home in terms of an opportunity to put a stranglehold on this series and a stranglehold on the New York Knicks.
Okay, but also the Knicks were down 20 plus, and they were able to come back, and that worked in their favor against the Boston Celtics. You had Cat show up in a huge way, scoring 20 of his 24 points in the fourth quarter. You don't think that that's a little bit of sign of life for the New York Knicks? A little bit of confidence?
Jalen Brunson played less than 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks were somehow able to erase a 20-point deficit.
The Knicks came back, they were down 20.
How many times you think?
They were.
Yeah, they came back from 20, and that's great, but it's how they did it. How many times you think that's going to happen? When Jalen Brunson plays only 3 minutes in the fourth quarter and your team is able to erase that kind of deficit.
Oh, wait a minute. You opened up a whole can of worms here. The Knicks came back because Jalen Brunson played 3 minutes, not in spite of.
Oh?
Come on now.
You go for it. I'm not touching. You go for it because I disagree. Go ahead. Go ahead. Be one of those people. Go ahead.
The floor is yours.
Go ahead.
I mean, they literally staggered their two big offensive stars on purpose because they don't play defense. I mean, this is the thing. What we talk about so much in the NBA playoffs really in the last couple of years is find as many guys as possible that are average or above on both offense and defense. The same player, average or above on offense or defense, right? Boston Celtics last year won a title because of their top 6 or 7, every single one of them was at least average or above on both offense and defense, okay? The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to win the title because they have that, maybe even more than 6 or 7. The Knicks have Josh Hart, have OG, have Bridges that are average or above on offense and defense. Jalen Brunson is an elite offensive player. Karl Anthony Towns is an elite offensive player. Neither one of them are particularly good on defense. Mm-hmm. And Tom Thibodeau decided, to his credit, I'm going to use more lineups than I've ever used in a game. 15 different lineups.
He didn't decide that because he thought that was in the best interest of the team. He decided that because Brunson had 4 fouls in the first half.
Yeah. I don't agree. I mean, I obviously agree with the fact that he had 4 fouls in the first half.
You don't think, though, that his foul situation is what influenced that decision?
I think it was very interesting that he went to some of the players he went to. Campaign doesn't play now. DeLon Wright, as I've been calling for, should be playing. He did. Landry Shamet played in this game. I just think that Tom Thibodeau has realized that the staggering of these two guys is probably when they're at their best, to use an extra defender. I mean, it was obvious. Cat had the 20 points in the fourth, most of them without Jalen Brunson in the game. Jalen Brunson comes back, and it's a huge shot at, 98 all, if I'm not mistaken, to give them the go-ahead. Like, this is not a shot at Brunson or Cat. This is just fact. They're not great defensively. And I think that they're both unbelievably elite when they're on offensive players, and Brunson's pretty much always on. Yes, he got in foul trouble. But one of the big questions I have is, will the Knicks use the same starters, hard off the bench, Robinson in the starting lineup, and will Tibbs stagger Cat and Brunson? I think he will. I'll be very interested to see how many minutes those two guys play together tonight. Obviously, they're going to start together, and they'll probably finish together. But in between, the final, let's say, 4 minutes at the beginning, 4 minutes at the end, is that 8, 48, 40? How many minutes they play together? You don't think the staggering of those two has anything to do with that?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with it, but it's not unlike what we've seen in previous games in this series. I mean, we've seen it a little bit in game 2 in terms of them being able to have more urgency when Jalen Brunson goes out of the game, trying to make sure that they do whatever it takes to be able to stay in it. We saw that in game 1, as a matter of fact. Jalen Brunson has to go out of the game because of foul trouble, and the Knicks go on a 14-0 run. Like, we've seen that before in terms of the others stepping up in the absence of Jalen Brunson. They all recognize that guy is his leader. I just struggle to see a world that exists where the Knicks are better off with Jalen Brunson off the court.
I agree with
that. That doesn't make sense to me. He's the clutch player of the year. This guy makes big shot after big shot after big shot. I mean, and he did so again in game 3. And so I don't necessarily subscribe to the Knicks needing to stagger minutes and keep him off the court. If you want to manage Karl Anthony Towns' minutes differently, if you want him to be the lead dog with the second unit and stagger his minutes accordingly, I'm fine with that. But I don't agree with taking Jalen Brunson off the court for any reason other than the guy getting into foul trouble.
Yeah, watching that game down the stretch, I was thinking if they don't pull this off, Tibbs is going to take a lot of heat for not having Brunson out on the floor. So I'm surprised you viewed it as a positive, because I was watching that being like, this is a risky choice because he's going to take a lot of heat if this doesn't work out in their favor. And it did, but...
Yeah, I mean, numbers speak towards the Knicks being way better with Brunson off the court in that specific game in that fourth quarter, and vice versa, Indiana being better. In that specific game in the fourth quarter, tonight could be a different story, right? And I'm not suggesting that Jalen Brunson shouldn't be on the court. What I'm saying is, I think in that specific moment, that run was caused in part because he wasn't on the court. And if you're giving me, if I'm Indiana, if I got both Brunson and Cat I can go at, I'm good. Oklahoma City would kill them in that.